I am Todd Nickerson. I'm a non-offending pedophile. I have never, ever sexually abused a child. I never will. I do not look at child porn. I never will. I obey the laws. I respect the laws. I respect society's position on this. I understand it and agree with it. I am part of one of the most hated groups of society. No question about it. We are the scapegoats du jour. If you look at history, there's always one minority that seems to be the one that everybody kind of persecutes, and I think we're it. I'm campaigning for better treatment of people like me. We're non-offending pedophiles. Not all pedophiles are child molesters, and not all child molesters are pedophiles. Pedophile is, strictly speaking, is just somebody who has the sexual attraction to children. They may act on it, they may not. Pedophiles come from all walks of life. We come from all sorts of economic backgrounds, different occupations, and we look like everybody else. There are a lot of teachers and people that, who do work with kids, but I think most of us just hold regular jobs.
How would you say you managed to control your sexual urges?
A lot of people think that if you're attracted to kids that you have some kind of unusual degree of urge to go out and attack kids, and it's not like that. Most people, when they see somebody they're attracted to, do they automatically think, oh, I want to jump on them and have sex with them? So it's the same with us. It's just, we just happen to be attracted to kids.
What age groups are you attracted to?
I would say it probably starts about 3 or 4 years old, and then goes up into early 20s, late teens, early 20s, and it kind of peaks at about 9, 10 years old. I'm a political activist for Virtuous Pedophiles, which is a forum that I belong to. I'm out, talking to the media and things, and basically making the case for VirPed. The forum is devoted to helping pedophiles who do not want to offend. There are approximately a few thousand members. We have people who do feel guilty, deal with shame, and we try to help them get past that because, they didn't choose their sexuality, as long as they're not acting on it and they're devoted to doing the right thing. Our philosophy is there's no reason to feel guilty for that. We can talk about books or movies or music or whatever, Just basically, it's just a hangout spot, kind of an all-purpose forum for non-offending pedophiles. My goals are to educate the public and also to bring people who are struggling with this attraction to our forum so that we can help them, provide a circle of support for them. There's not a lot of people that are out doing what I do. There's just a handful of us doing it.
What was your reaction when you first decided to show your face on the internet, so to speak?
What was the reaction from the public, or?
Yeah.
Well, I got a pretty public backlash, but by the same token, I actually got a lot of support privately. I got hundreds and hundreds of emails from people who were very supportive. A lot of them were people who were survivors of abuse.
Are you worried about your own personal safety in putting yourself in the public eye?
I used to be worried about my safety, and I do take some precautions. I carry this pocket knife with me just in case I ever get attacked. It's never happened, but you know, I've got it if I need it. It's a spring blade. There might be some crazy out there who decides to attack me. Plus I have this, so you know, that tends to deter most people. I was born without my right hand. It just didn't grow properly. I have to wear this. Slips right back on. Just like that. There was one event that basically hammered it home for me. I call it my eureka moment. It was the moment I realized I'm interested in these younger girls. I was 13, and a neighbor had come over to visit. He had brought his little daughter with him. She was probably about 7 or 8 years old. I was sitting in the living room drawing, and I just remember looking up and just being blown away by how beautiful I thought she was. Initially, I repressed the feelings, you know, especially in my teen years. Because I was a regular at a church, I had asked God to take it away, and you know, I kind of felt like He had. And as I started aging and realized that the age of the girls I was attracted to were staying the same, that's kind of when I realized, you know, this was going to be a problem. I went out with a girl when I was 20 years old, so she was 26. She was very petite, so she was my type physically, or I thought, you know, at the time. At this time, I still wasn't really that attracted to adults, but I thought, well, maybe I can make this work. You know? We dated for about 3 weeks. I kept putting sex off. Finally, I gave in. We tried it. It just didn't work. I went on a couple of dates after that with a couple of girls, but you know, it never really got past that first date stage, and it just, my heart wasn't in it. For all intents and purposes, I am a virgin. You know, I've never had full-blown sexual intercourse. It just hasn't happened.
You had suffered abuse as a child. Can you tell us about that?
I came over to visit my grandmother. There was a guy that we didn't really know him that well. He was an acquaintance. And she asked me if I would take him outside to show my grandpa's garden. And he went out to the side of the garden and sat down on the ground and patted the ground, indicating he wanted me to sit by him. And so I did, and he just basically touched me. So it was a one-time event. I wouldn't say that it was the only thing that led to my sexuality. I would say there was probably a lot of other things that led me in that direction. But yeah, I think it was probably a contributing factor. You know, I am a pretty reclusive person by nature. So I don't interact with the public that much anyway. You know, I don't go out of my way to be around children. If they're around me, then they're around me. You know, it happens. You can't completely cut yourself off. My niece and my friend's daughter did that one. The friend's daughter did that one, and then the friend's daughter did that one.
And they're okay with that?
Yeah. Yeah, because they know I am no danger to them. You know, I'm probably safer with me than they are with, like, you know, a lot of non-pedophiles. I have a pretty healthy imagination. I think it helps me to process my sexuality in healthy ways that don't involve any real children. And a lot of my fantasies actually revolve around kids who are more powerful than I am. Is, you know, this idea of super-powered kids, you know, who are able to consent, you know, because they're just super smart, or, you know, they could just crush me, you know, if I hurt them. My family recognizes that I'm doing something important, you know, that I'm kind of a pioneer, that I'm out here doing something that really needs to be done, and, you know, raising awareness and letting people know what people like me deal with, and what we struggle with. I'm happier every day, and I feel like I have a purpose now. I am neither proud nor ashamed of being a pedophile. At this point, I just accept it. It's who I am.